Okay, all right. I think we're settled now. I think. I anyway, so here we are. Um, so I don't know, this is for now the YouTube audience, no, right? So yeah, I probably should have, I have to be smarter than that, right? Wait a minute, what's going on? Nah. Am I not allowed to do that? What? Hold on here. Oh, hold on. Hold on. That's what happened. I was wondering if my options disappeared. What should have happened was this. Right. See? So, you know, I'm rusty, right? I'm a bit rusty. So what I need to do is, you know, yeah, I literally took that picture literally today. And when I say today, I mean just now. Right? And yeah, and then you see that is how the show should really start, right? Anyway, I was creatively complaining, okay? About two things. One was about the whole thing with Cyril Gahn versus Tom Aspinall, right? Um, I want to hear Luke Thomas's take, Mr. Luke Thomas. I want to hear Uncle Chael's take on it. I want to hear from him. I want to hear from, well, we kind of already heard from MMA Guru. I want to hear from Mighty Mouse. I want to hear from everybody because I saw the video. I'm gonna reenact it. So this happened, all right? So this happened, and then what happened is dude went like this. I literally like started digging in his eye for real. Come on, man. What we doing? That was deliberate. Not never accidental about that. That was deliberate. And if it was me, would I disqualify him? It wouldn't be a no contest. I would put that as a loss on your record. You can't be out here intentionally eye poking people like that. I mean, come on, the camera doesn't lie, you know? So I am in the middle of this rant that I am trying to deliver to you right now as faithfully as I can reenact. Only for somebody on TikTok to come and spoil the fun. No man, that's not why people don't really, they don't really yeah, they don't have a good time on TikTok. Like, TikTok is a place where it don't make sense to go live. I mean, it depends on the content, right? And again, my Bridget SOS came to the rescue because I saw him. I think he joined my life. I don't even know if he realized he did. I don't even know. Um, and then I just say, you know what? I'm gonna invite him to co-host. And the reason why I do that is because there are certain people in your life that bring, an energy out of you that's more positive. And that is, I mean, we're like Rio and Ken and Batman and Superman, right? Yeah, we're the light to each other darkness, right? Because you always have somebody on the internet trying to ruin your day, and there's this one person that jump in talking about who y'all talk to. Last time I checked, I was talking to me. Last time I checked. Now, if you're not interested, you can leave. That's all. You don't have to be here. Treat this like a university lecture. You do not have to sit in the professor's classroom. You can go. You're free to leave. There's the door. You understand? And that's the problem with people on the internet. Like they acted like somebody held them at gunpoint and invited them to the live. Nobody did that. Nobody never did that with you. I am here to rant about some of the reactions that I see people talking about with this Tom Hospital thing. And then no, I can't even get into that because you're making an attempt to, you know, disrupt and interfere, you know? So it go. You always have a perfect class and one student have a come in, come ruin the whole thing. It always happen like that. So, um, I remember, and I'm gonna say this, burial happened in July. Burial happened in July. And we never get no direct contact with burial. And what it did, couple days you couldn't talk on your phone with people. If you never have a digital phone, you couldn't reach out to nobody. Right? Both of them always advertise full island coverage when nothing no go suffer none of them. Anyway, the reason why this is relevant is because, of course, let me enjoy the last of it before it goes. Because I don't know when the light is gonna go. I don't know. I was actually in the middle of archiving. Okay, let me explain. See, um, as you know, I am only one of four, yeah, out of many one boss man. You understand? So therefore, there's the well, I want to say it might be over here. I think the name over here. Right? This is a Champloo edition. The Champloo edition is where it's battle rap, it's MMA, and even video games sometimes, right? Cool. Right? And then there are times when it will be cinema, where, you know, obviously it's a little bit of anime, a little bit of comic books, a little bit of Star Wars too. Yeah, Star Wars too. Yeah, Star Wars. And there's something else, and it slipped me. I do. Oh, the Blacklist. Blacklist and even Metal Gear Solid. I mean, why not? Metal Gear Solid is the game that taught me about the word espionage. I didn't know about that word before then. So yeah, so if the name changes, right? So once you see Champloo right here, this is where MMA, battle rap, and gaming can be spoken about. At least fighting games, seeing that it's related to fights. You know? Yeah. Okay. Then I mentioned cinema, right? Now, cinema is where, the anime, the comic books, the Blacklist, Metal Gear, Star Wars too. Okay. Then now you have digital media. And it's sort of it's like a mixture of a TED Talks podcast personality mixed with somebody that just makes content for the fun of it and just makes fun of himself in the process. So, just creating your own show while you're even on a different show. So it's like being meta. So it's like a verse within a verse. So that's the idea behind Boss on Digital Media. The episodes are slightly unprofessional presentation with my brothers rambling on, which would feature first person tutor, Boss on Digital Media, and Boss Man teaching. And then, of course, Boss Man teaching. Where reason why I decided to mention all of that is because I was in the middle of doing something slightly related to that. Yeah, yeah. There ain't no secrets around here. Ain't no secrets around here. even though I try to maintain a degree of compartmentalization. Right? That's the whole point of this, you know. Yeah. So I feel at peace over here on YouTube. Yeah. Let's do that. Let me actually check and see. Yeah, that's not bad. See, I don't have anybody in my chat right now. I don't think. I don't see nobody in the chat right now, but that's fine. Because I feel like I've not been consistent enough. So maybe this is what I'll do. I will I'll do YouTube more often because, yeah, that's probably a little bit more. Not that you're not gonna have people that are disgusting and rude. You're gonna have that. But I feel like on TikTok it's like multiplied by a million. Like no matter how bad people are on YouTube, no matter how bad people are on Facebook, it's a million times worse on TikTok. You know, you just have to have the discipline and the fortitude to just say, here what? I'm not gonna give you no energy and no strength. Cause you obviously trying to enrage somebody. And it for me, if you're not interested, you leave. That's it. Leave. Let's see what I know. It's 8:17. I give myself some work for do. I've been taking um inventory, inventory, whatever. I've been gathering some books, right? Trying to create a digital image gallery of the books um that will be used for whoops. Yeah, sorry. Um yeah, books that will be used for the real the real 9 to 5. I tell you, I made a video about that. So who knows? Maybe I'll try to do some more videos about how many one boss man and all of that. You know, might as well, you know, have fun with it. Yeah, tell you. In your pursuit of excellence, life never goes like that. Maybe the plane that you're on will go like that, but life is usually. And guess what? All the successful people have the same story. They'll tell you. All the successful people have the same story. They'll say, it's never been like a consistent uphill. It's been ups, it's been downs, it's been ups, it's been downs, it's been ups, it's been downs. And you know who said that? The creator of Spawn, Mr. Todd McFarlane himself. It's been ups and downs. And I feel like the same reason why people can manage, I feel like most people don't have the emotional discipline for success. And the same thing that plagued them in terms of them emotional discipline for success, it also plagues them for relationships as well because you are expecting things to go your way all the time. And it never happened. Go outside and turn up at the bus stop and see if you're gonna get the same bus every morning. You're gonna have a morning when you don't get that bus there. You're gonna have a morning where the taxi where you didn't look for not go past you. Or it'll go full up and pass you. So, you know, by example, since we're talking MMA, one of the reasons why Ronda Rousey had such a terrible time in the latter part of her career is because she never conditioned herself to fight when things are not going her way. She only knew how to fight when things are going her way. But how do you fight when things are not going your way? How do you endure? How do you manage? There are certain people who can. Kamaru Usman can. You know, different fighters from different weight classes and different generations, they can. They tell you the stories. I mean, Dominic Cruz, by example. You know, there's so many people. I mean, I remember the first time I saw Dominic Cruz take a head kick. No lie, it wasn't him. He was the one that head kicked Uriah Faber. He head kicked him, and it was hard. That's the hardest head kick I've seen anybody get in a long time. And Uriah Faber got that head kick and kept moving like the Terminator. I couldn't believe it. Like even though his head was tilted from the kick, he still kept moving forward like nothing happened. And these are the people that you think you can beat in a fight. Or these are the people that you think that if you were in the cage with them, oh, if it was me and I got that eye poke, I would have continued fighting Cyril Gahn. No, no, don't lie to yourself. Mm-mm. This is not Bleach. This is not, you're not Aizen casting your own Kyoko Suigetsu on yourself. Like, come on, let's not do that. You're not Madara and you're not Itachi. You're not performing that level of genjutsu on yourself. You are not. Don't act like you could do what any of these people do. You can't. And it's a bit disheartening to see how delusional people are. Because right now, I hear something in the background. I'm hearing this song with Chanel Muir and Vibes Cartel. I just by listening to the rhythm, I know that is the two of them. I know the rhythm and I know the cadence. I can tell that it's that song. Right? Even artists. Enough people think say, oh yeah, me can just get up and no, you can't do a Chanel Muir and Vibes Cartel do. You can't do that. You don't have the love, you don't have the passion to suffer for years to get to where them there. Make up put perspective on this. I don't know cartel there. I, I was in high school when Cartel's hit song was Take Body Girl. You take me easy. Who you are ramp with? You want to live easy? You take me things on. You take me money too. So take body too. Take body too. I was in high school when that song did a run the road. And if you were in the dance and a girl never in front of you and wine upon you while that song was playing, yeah. Living embarrassment. You can't be by yourself while that song are playing. As a matter of fact, as soon as the song play, a girl find herself in front of you. Yo, like I swear to God, once that song they play, she just appear in front of you. I think there was a time when I was at maybe it might have been like Ronnie Williams Entertainment Center or something like that. And then go decide for draw for that tune there. Yeah, man. Draw for that tune there. But anyway, the point I'm making is whether you're an artist, a martial artist, or even like my bridging, who did We were on the TikTok live earlier. Um, Even gamers, no phone you can't do what them people here do. You can't. So many people have it in them head that, yeah, I could do this. No, you cannot. Because, okay, like me now. I'm no fool. I know that at some point with all the content that I'm planning to make and that I'm doing for all the different pages that I have to make some serious money so I can pay people to do the parts of it that I'm not gonna be able to do because I'm not gonna have the time to do it. I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. I know. No man is an island. You know. You know how much people it takes to make one channel successful and I have several? I'm not fooling myself. But also I have to know that I have to manage my time better. Yeah, I have to manage my time better. The rain start. You hear that? Boy, am I gonna go and charge all the device to my car? Any other light go away, And it will go away. That are the party when I organize. It's the amount of days you're gonna go without this thing. So I'm treasuring the last of it. You know? Um, just a man. This life where we live, we're not meant to live it alone. We're not meant to even try and achieve anything on our own. We're not supposed to. Anything that you are meant to do with your life, don't try to achieve greatness on your own. Because you will make it, but it's gonna take longer. And it's going to be more painful. So at the very least, build a team. Build a team. I mean, that's the whole point of One Piece. And Monkey D. Luffy said it very early. He said, look, I am not good at using swords. I'm not good at cooking. I'm not good at telling lies. I'm not good at navigation. And every time he says something, it points to a different character. Why? Because they want you to understand that he's like, you think I could do this by myself? I could never. I would never lie and say, me, Monkey D. Luffy, can do this by myself. Can't. So I think that's only my one reservation about One Piece. I feel like the longer you watch it, the more you start to see maybe you guys lost the plot somewhere. Maybe y'all lost the plot. Hold on there. Let me hide my camera a little bit and try to get my dog in my room because he decided that he wants to be a part of this. So let's see what's going on with him. What's going on? What's going on? You all right? What happened? Yeah, sometimes he's very, what's the word now? He's very particular sometimes. There are times when he just decides that it's his time to, well, it couldn't be that you want to go outside, could it? All right. All right. I don't know if you guys can see him. I don't know. You can hear him for sure, but you can't see him. Lie down in, no? Okay. But what do you want? Yeah, he's looking at me like I know. Why are you looking at me like I know? I don't. You know you were outside before, right? Well, guess what? If you're gonna go outside, I will not be the one taking you out there. No, you have some cover out there. So maybe we'll put you out front. Now put you out this up because there's no cover around there anymore. Yeah, this is what you have to do. Now, if the thunder starts, I am cooked. Cause this dog just going literally. I can anticipate it. I can anticipate it. Anyway, you see how we rambled about everything and nothing. Yeah, I guess the point I was trying to make is that a lot of people are lying to themselves about what they would do if they were Tom Aspinall. Like an eye injury or an eye poke is not a serious thing. Like, fam, during the live, a lady asked me, she's like, I know this is not related to MMA, but do you wear contacts? And I said to her, to be fair and to be honest, let me answer that question for you. I couldn't wear them even if I wanted to. Because I tried to put them in and I almost blinded myself. So if putting on contacts is painful for me, imagine an eye poke. Like, what are we even doing? Why am I making it seem like this is a joke thing? It's not a joke thing. Eye poke is a very serious thing. A very serious thing. No, I want to watch the fight to see how it went in terms of the stand up, the wrestling and everything. Apparently, Cyril Gane did a lot better than people thought he would. But then again, that could be because of improvement. So when I go sit here and make believe that it's the same Cyril Gane that fought John Jones, it might not be the same one. Might not be. So we have to, I mean, look, right now things are up in the air because we don't know who, I mean, they're claiming that John Jones is gonna fight Mr. Pereira, but I'm going to say something about that. That's cherry picking. Cause Pereira don't have no ground game defense. You know that. You know that. You're just going back to the old days. Grappler versus striker. Come on. We know this game. Or we're acting like we don't know that that's what you're doing. Right? Because would you do a gun rematch or would you go up against Aspinall? Probably not right now. All I can tell you is the smaller weight classes, there's so much activity going on in the lighter weight classes that it's hard to keep track of who's the current top dog. Every second, every day, it will change. If you want a symbol for hypergamy, the championship belt for any weight class in the UFC is a symbol of hypergamy. May the best man win. It always goes to the better man. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, let me talk to myself in peace. Let me talk to myself in peace, you know, because um, I don't know. So maybe the MMA discussions need to happen here on YouTube. I mean, sure, I could do them on Facebook too. I could. I could. I slacked off calisthenics wise. I slacked off. To be fair, I still know how to do some of the moves, some of the drills, right? But I need to start and never stop. For the starting and stopping, that not work. You have to just go, get it done. And I think, let me tell you, you need a new environment a lot of the time. Like when you have a new environment and you're in a new space and all of that, then you'll be in a, yeah, you'll be in a better headspace to get these things done. Because, I mean, it's hard for you to do certain things when you're not in the best headspace. But you are exceptional if you can. If you can, yeah, believe me, you will stand out as one of the greats. You'll stand out. Yeah. So sorry. You see how my hand was in a way like that? It's tough out here, man. So I tell you what happened. This hurricane gave me a break from my 9 to 5, and boy, I might have needed it, but at the same time, listen, I was running low on funds. It's running low on funds, man. Yo, I'm back to my last dollar right now. I got nothing. Nothing. But um I've a bridging when I talk about these things with. And you know what? This is perfect for him because he's not really fond of Facebook or TikTok. He's not really fond of either of those things. So um maybe this is the perfect space for him. I think there was a time when he and I were watching the first CGI, the oh oh, sorry about that. It's not CGI, CJI. Craig Jones International. So there was a CJI 1 and a CJI 2. Now CJI 2 was kind of interesting because he tapped out Uncle Chill 2 different times. And it was a move that Uncle Chill was like, I have never in my days heard or even seen that move. And it's one of them ones where you feel like, well, I'm not in danger. And then him lock in the squeeze and you're out. And it's like, how do you submit me from being on your back? You're on your back. That's not how it works. You know, so that guy is a submission specialist. Yes. So all those guys who do this for a living, respect them. Respect them, man. Because it's knowledge, it's experience, it's timing, it's execution, it's everything. But yeah, me and I always call him Sensei, but he don't like that. So anyway, me and Senor Bro will speak on some matchups that we saw. I think it was the Rutola brothers, but one of them in particular, I don't remember if it was. Don't know if it was Cade. Might have been Cade. I don't remember. But it was a matchup between him and this other kid that they're in the same age group and all of that. And let me tell you, man, anxiety went through the roof. That's a different type of anxiety. You just that kind of anxiety you can't put into words. Because every minute, one man in danger, then it come out and it's just a constant, you just never know who's winning. It was interesting. And I feel like it's like watching chess in a physical form. Yeah. Imagine a martial arts version of chess. That's what Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is. I'm convinced. Because you ever heard of a discovered double check? You don't want that. A discovered check is bad, but a discovered double check in the form of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you don't want that. Because either way you're cooked. Like, you can't stay there, but it don't matter because it's mated too, you know. So I want to reunite with my fellow brothers and sisters who talk about this MMA thing. If you heard that, I don't know if you did. Maybe you didn't, because thank God there's a little bit of noise cancellation with with Zoom. So sometimes you see, if I was sharing my audio, oh man, you'd have heard things. You'd have heard things. But yes, that's why this is called Champloo because it's a mix. It's a mix. It could be four things, little bit of calisthenics, little bit of battle rap, little bit of MMA, little bit of fighting games. 'Cause that's what my friend plays. He play fighting games. He's all into the MK, the MK, the MK. I think he likes Street Fighter, but I think he play more MK than Street Fighter. Yeah. And I think he plays or attempts to play professionally. I support these things because it's not easy. Because the pressure of playing in front of a crowd, and that's the thing, it goes back to even the MMA thing, right? A lot of people think, oh yeah, if it was me, I would have. Fam, you say that you're a gym warrior and you go out there and you can't perform. Why is that? Because what I'm say, expectation versus reality. So in your mind, you're gonna bulldoze over everybody and you're gonna Vito Belfort then. You remember Vito Belfort? You remember him? Well, apparently all of that was right. It was right. It was right, man. Right rage. Oh, you thought that double R was Rolls Royce? No, it's right rage. Hey, anyway, all of this was supposed to be about, my anger about, Cyril Gahn eye poking Aspinall. And I just think that you could never convince me that that was a foul in terms of an accidental. The first one, I'll pardon you the first, but not the second. Not the second. I can't do it. I won't. I refuse. So anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, um, I'm not gonna say that you had fun because I don't know who was here. I don't know if anybody's listening or if anybody's watching. Let me be self-aware. No, I don't have anybody in the chat. Yeah. So who knows? Maybe I'll do this. Seriously, why is my dog trying to give me a goddamn heart attack? Jesus Christ. Dog, you didn't need to do any of that. He made me think that there was like some other outworldly creature in my room running around, bursting at the seams through. Anyway, yeah, so we're preparing for Melissa. That seems to be the order of the day. Uh, yeah, you can see how amused I am by that. Is it the hurricane itself is not really the issue. It's duration. The longer it stays, the more the damage will be, and we not the money. We're not the money. We not have money. You know what that I gonna do? They got listen, man. That I gonna take me back to the Stone Age. You know, ladies and gentlemen, though, I do appreciate you for, you know, yeah. I'm over here looking at the yeah. I want to see Luke Thomas's reaction though. Demetrius Johnson, even Adesanya, everybody. I want to see all the fighters or past fighters, maybe Ariel as well. You know, I'm not sure if Ariel covered what happened. I think he did. I mean, it's Ariel Alwani. Is there anything he doesn't cover? He'll cover everything. And listen, you know things are serious when he starts cursing. He's such a host, so when you hear him say, no, no, fuck that. It's the funniest thing ever because it always happens when you least expect it. You know, and you just look at him and you go, that's not what I expected. There's only one thing he's ever done that I think was kind of silly, that I really hope that he learned from that lesson and hope that he never does anything that silly again. There's a time when there was going to be a big announcement about a fighter coming back to the UFC for UFC 200. Apparently, what had happened was he leaked it before Dana White or anybody officially from the UFC could have announced it. I'm not gonna tell you what happened, and everybody should know what did. I mean, they basically they froze his assets. When I say they froze his assets, meaning all connections he had with the UFC at that point, it was like, yeah, you ever heard that Mr. Bustamante, the former spy from the CIA? You ever hear him talk about neutral relations, hot relations, and cold relations with different countries? Like he will say, oh, we have a cold relationship with China and Russia. That relationship is cold. Yeah. So you have like a hot, the cold, and no relationships, right? So he talks about that. So Ariel was in real danger of having no, forget even cold. Because a cold relationship is better than no relationship. But he went way past, you know, the, it wasn't frosty. Mm-mm, nah, it was no relationship. So I just thought that that was kind of stupid. But I'm glad that in life we get to make stupid decisions and we learn from them. You know, we all fall short, in our pursuit of wisdom. We all fall short of that because that was stupid. But we've all done something stupid anyway. Anyway, I'm not gonna bore you anymore. So next time, who knows? I might have some people that I have conversations with about this thing so that it can be livelier, so it can be more fun. So we get, you know what? It's fine. If I know, you see, know what I'm doing this, what I'm gonna do is I might either record something and try to play the video. We'll see. Or maybe just take some screenshots or something like that. That way it's a little more interactive. Just a little bit more interactive. I'm not gonna pretend to be no MMA guru. I ain't gonna be him. I'm a different kind of guy. Just a different kind of guy. Speaking of that, I had a major post on TikTok one time. It was about um people talking about what was the most useless martial art and all these things. And I just hate the conversation. I really do. Because it's like, okay, let's look at it for what it is. The most useless martial art comes from the most useless martial artist. So, for example, do you ever see RJ the comic guy? There's a skit that he did where some robbers came up to what's his name? To Bullseye. And he's like, oh, put your hands up. And he's like, okay. I was like, what's that in your hand? And he's like, is that a bobby pin? And he's like, what are you doing with, man, just take the bobby pin and kill the man. And all the guys like, did you just kill that man with a bobby pin? I was like, yeah. It's like, do you have anything else in your pocket? He's like, yeah, I got like 30 more of them. He's like, why? It's like, I get bored. I can't use guns. I need a challenge. I say, I need a challenge. That is what a martial artist is. You give that man a pin or even a pencil or even you could give that man a staple and he's gonna beat you with that. That's what a martial artist is. A true martial artist is somebody where it don't matter. You could get in karate, they're gonna beat you with that. You could get them boxing, they're gonna beat you with that. You could get them wrestling, they're gonna beat you with that. So everybody is here talking about what's the best martial art to use in a street fight. You know what the best martial art to use in a street fight is? Run up on me, I hit you in your throat as hard as possible. The best martial art to use in a street fight is never to fight fair. It's a fight for survival. Yeah, I'm trying to knock the window to you for real. And not necessarily me, but it's a survival thing. So it's weird when people get into those discussions. They do, especially boxers. Like, dog, listen, we get it. You're the best punchers in all of martial arts. There's nobody that punches better than a boxer. We know that. But try and remember now, if we're speaking mathematically, there are only so many things that you can do with that. So for example, that's like factoring with the AC method. You're not going to be able to solve all of the polynomials using the AC method. It's not, not with the AC method. The rest you solve with QTS, QTS, no, QF and CTS. No wonder I made a mistake. Anyway, yeah. So we just have to be real. Just be real. You know, I even saw this post from a different martial arts practitioner. He said, look, you want to know the best martial art to use in the street? Have a knife. He's like, oh, if that's going to happen to you, don't have a knife. Have two knives. He had a field day, you know? And I guess the point that he's making and the point that I'm making is that, look, the fight game is different from the fight for your life game. Let's call it that. Because fighting and fighting for your life is two different things. Because in that kind of fight, anything goes. Illegal shots are allowed and all of these things. Nobody cares about no referee stepping in and talking about, hey, get up and stand you up for inactivity, for being on the ground for too long and not advancing the position. That doesn't happen in a street fight. In a street fight, it's you and them and God. So, you know, people, for me, don't tell nobody that their martial art is useless. Because every martial art is a religion. Respect each religion. Respect them. Don't get up and go tell the Christian themselves foolishness them do. Don't disrespect the Islam. Don't disrespect the Buddhists. Don't disrespect none of them. Everybody has their merit. Everybody has earned their place in the world of martial arts. Now, if they're frauds, that's a different story. Call out the frauds if you want. Nothing wrong with that part there. But don't disrespect all the martial art just because everybody let's don't play boxing. Ain't nobody ever don't play boxing. And shout out to Dominic Barry. Dominic Barry is one of the few boxers that I can listen to. He know what he talking about. He trained his daughters in MMA. I mean, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in particular. I'm not sure about the MMA part, but I know that BJJ, his daughters do that for sure. I'm not sure if they do wrestling too. Might be a good idea, but because if you give them that wrestling base, technically they're doing gymnastics. You know, especially if they're being trained by Dagestanis. Jeez. And you do that for them when they're young. Listen, I've seen wrestling training. I couldn't believe the things that they allow these people to do. I'm like, that's what you do? When I see their drills look insane. Their drills look insane. If you can survive those drills, you're goated. So anyhow, I am done. Okay, I'm done. So yes, it has been fun. I appreciate you for tuning in. So for now, we're done for now, We're done for now. So I'm going to try and make this a habit. It is Saturday after all, so we'll see. We'll see if I can manage to create a schedule with the crazy schedule that I've had of late. But don't worry, if you don't see me If you don't see me in a while, you'll definitely